course. Let's see it. Whatever we are going to discussing from today onwards, it is completely on admin role and admin activities. So how you guys get to know whether you having account admin access or not? So you click on drop down, switch to account admin. So if this button is enabled and this option you can able to view it, then you have account admin access. Okay, so whoever having account admin access, so they can able to view the account tab. It will automatically enable the account tab in the application toolbar. And here if you click notification, go to the settings. So here the account admin email ID, if they want to change it, they can change it, and they want to make it any mobile number authentication also they can make it. So this is ideally if any user crossing the credit limits, then automatically this person receives a email notification, and the mobile, if the mobile number is configured, so he will also get mobile notification also. So ideally, so the email ID is different, different user ID they will maintain, and here another mobile number they will maintain, so that if any one is an emergency, or some of the reasons he is on leave, or his shift is over, then this person will be followed. Okay, now go to the account admin. So here the account tab will manage, which means account admin can manage usage, users, billings, roles, policies, sessions, resource monitor, and reader accounts. So we will see each and every one. Okay, so in the usage, if you see here, the warehouses is total 5 and credits used till today is 14.60. Okay, so as we discussed, each credit equal to 1.35 US dollar. Okay, so this is compute WH is a default warehouse name, which is used almost 14.36. Okay, so and extra small it is used 0.23. And if you observe in the right side, if I select warehouse, see in each date wise how much credit we used. Okay, and for this extra small which we have created, for extra small how many credits got consumed, and excess small, and this no pipe, this cloud services only, so how much credit got consumed. So you will get in details in the right side. And moreover here is, so when we create Snowflake account, by default warehouses is compute_WH and cloud services only, these two warehouses only. So this is the interview question. So when the account is created, by default what are the warehouses for usage or whatever it is? One is compute WH and another one is cloud services only. Okay, so you will get the in detail. So here if you click download, it will get downloaded in notepad format. Okay, So I will get the details. So which warehouse it was used and when, which date it is. And this is the credits. Okay. So like that, from each database you will get the report, detailed report. And this is the local. So if you want to switch to time zone, UTC billing, you can click it. So it will adjust UTC accordingly. Okay. And this average storage used. So if you click average storage used, it will take you into the failsafe. Okay. So average storage used is almost 2.930 MB. Okay, so from the day 1 to till 18th, the total. And if you click, this is the database wise, this is total, and this is each database wise, and this is the stages wise. And if you click the fail safe, this is ideally, so once the time travel is over, then the data it automatically come into the fail safe zone. Okay, so the total, this was the total amount it got recorded in the failsafe zone. So whatever the files or data get recorded in failsafe zone, so as a account admin or as a Snowflake admin developer, we don't have rights to pull the data from the failsafe. Okay, so which is completely we have to dependent on supporting. Okay, any doubts here?
No.
Okay, good. So the next one, moving to the billing. So this billing is basically even this account admin people also won't get involved. So some I can say like there will be involvement will be account admin plus financial department they will involve it. So this is billing. This is for payment method, right? So add click credit card. So here, if you guys aware of how the salaries processing is happens in the organization, so that you will get an idea. So the organization will have a corporate account. So in the corporate account, there is no limitation. They can hold a huge volume of amount, like some 1,000 crores, lakhs crores amount they can maintain in corporate account. Okay, so this some of the companies they will give you corporate credit card. So they will give the maximum limit to 8 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 20 lakhs, something like that. And whoever is traveling to abroad, they has to use corporate credit card, which means the company credit card they has to use it. Okay, so if they travel to outside India. Okay, so the same way for here the payment, the corporate credit card has to give it. So the employee corporate credit card is different and the company corporate credit card is different. So the company corporate credit card and they has to choose the company, a country and address, state, pin code and click on add and you can pay it. So once the payment is done, then it will generate the billing. Okay, so we have to give a valid credit card, then only this add card will be enabled. Okay, so you may won't get a chance to pay the bills through corporate credit card, so which is completely handled by, it's a combination of financial admin and and the admin, Snowflake admin architect people, they will involve in this area. Okay, and coming to the users. Okay, so in users, I have logged in with the ID AK Reddy, right? So this is the Snowflake account. So if I want to create a users, those users we can create it here through web console or through programmatically also we can create it. But the billing will be charged for this account only, not for new users. How it is, let me show you. First I'll go to the worksheet. User maintenance. I'm selecting the database DemoDB and the schema name is so in the account tab, so here you will get create, right? So here AK Reddy is my ID. It was registered with Snowflake, and by default Snowflake account will be there that it will be expired. Okay, so here if you I'm creating a new user, so a new user is AK Reddy 01 and password so this is force password change. So this is so I'm trying to creating a user for a new joining. Okay, so force password change in the sense whenever I'm trying to sharing this username and password to the new joinee, and when he gave this login to this password, and it will ask to change the password. So by default it will click checked as force password change. Click on next, and this is the appearance login name how you want to display it. So here it get display login name and display name is here it is updating as AK Reddy. So now I'm making here Mahesh, and if you want you can give it, otherwise you can ignore it and click on next, and the default warehouse, which warehouse you want to use it. I'll make it public, and default role I'll make it sorry, default warehouse is compute underscore WH, and the default role I'm giving public, and click on finish. Okay, so the account is created. Okay, so the account status is created. So then what we have to do is we have to share this URL to the user. So assume that AK Reddy 01 is the new joinee for the organization. So we are sharing this URL to the user, username is akreddy01 and password. So account admin has to share username and password, initial password to the new joiner. Okay, along with the link. What happened? Login name Mahesh, I think. Yes, correct. Okay, so it will take you into the password, new password set page. So here you can make your own password. Okay, so it will preparing the account creation for the user akreddy. Okay. Okay, so the display login display name is, it is appearing this name because I changed, right? So and the region and the edition and cloud platform by default it will take. Okay. But here this user, this new user, akreddy01 user, whatever operations, loading activity, whatever you guys are doing, this user is not billable. This user is billable. Who provided the account? So his ID will be billed. So whatever the credits was consumed by this user, he will be billed. He will not be billable. Okay. And here we don't have certain we have certain limitation here. So for creating a user, so if you want to set for the if you want to disable or enabling for the specific user, so there will be a many users, right? So in the organization, so how you can disable for the specific users, so that we will see in going forward. Okay, so programmatically we will see how we can create an account. So it is always the best practice to create a users through skill instead of creating ID with the help of Snowflake Web Console. Okay. Create a user 02. I'm creating another username, password. I'm giving welcome _123 and default role I'll make it public, and password whether that person, when the moment he is login, the initial password he is authorized to change it or not. So that also we can make it. Must change password. True. Okay, so I'm executing. Okay, so this is one way. Create or replace. Also the keyword is same. If exists. This statement is basically if the ID is exist, then only it will try to create it. But ideally here we are creating it. So when we are trying to creating, which means this statement is meaningless. Okay. So the ID is created, right? So if you go to the account, so here AK-Reddy2 is user is created. Okay. So by default the login name if you are not giving login name and display name, by default it will consider username only. Okay, so this is also an interview question. When we create a user, by default what will be the login name and display name? Okay, so the answer is username, login name and display name will be same if you are not giving login name and display name separately. Okay. And if you want to, so I'm creating one more user. So I'm changing to login name and display name. So I'm specifying, so this account will be, let's imagine if this person is a contractor for the organization. For contract employees, by default, the ID will be exist in 3 months. So initially they will take for 3 months based on the requirement, and later they will extend. And some organization by default they will give 1 year. So based on the organization policies. Okay. So imagine if the organization policy is having 90 days. So I'll make it 90. So which means this account is a temporary account. For contract employees and permanent employees, email ID is also different. And for contract employees, they will treat it as temporary IDs. And ID card also, they will get temporary ID cards, right? So let's see it. So if I create the user, so you will see what you can able to view the variations for permanent account and a temporary account. Okay, so go to the account tab. So here this is the permanent account, which means it is a permanent user for the organization, and this is a temporary, and these two also permanent accounts, and this is a temporary account. So if you see here, the status is it is updated as a temporary. Okay, so remaining days 89 days 23 hours is there. So it will automatically calculate, and it will show the number of days. Okay, so as a account admin, they has to verify this user status. Okay, and the login name I maintained as this name, and the display name and the created time you will get it. Okay, so imagine if the organization having some 100 Snowflake accounts. Okay, so all accounts will be appears here. So which account you want to disable it, and which account you want to lock it. Locked it in the sense, so I shared the details for the new joinee, but he is not able to log in because of he giving a wrong password, etc. So after more than 5 attempts, this password will expire it, which means it will be locked. So that case, what a new joinee has to do is, new joinee has to drop an email to the Snowflake account team saying that my account is locked, please unlock it. So this account admin people has to unlock it. We will see how to unlock it. Okay, so here you will see the time lapse days also. So in case is this user is reaching almost close to 3 days or in a week, after a week this ID will be disabled. So we have to take this list of the users who are going to expire within a week. We have to send this consolidation list to the our project manager or delivery head or the consumers. So ideally, we should not directly interact with the consumers for this kind of scenarios. So if you having a good rapport with the end users, you can always reach out to them. So this person's IDs is going to expire. Should we consider them to extend their contract or not? So they will decide it. Okay. And here for permanent users and temporary users, the status in the status field you can see it, the variation. And I'm going to the worksheets again. Okay, so this user has to, I'm log outing. Let's say it, I'll log in with these IDs. Login name is MD. Okay, it will ask for the new password. Okay, it will prepare for the user. I set by default is public, so that's why it is coming public by defaultly, and the display name is changed mready. Okay, so if I expand database and schema here, you won't get any information because the account admin not giving any access for those tables. So here we having list of tables, right? So these many tables has to give individual permissions for these users. Then only he can able to get it here. Okay, otherwise he won't get it. And if I want to reset this password, so for reset password we'll see it. I will log out. Okay, so I'm recreating the ID. So when I recreate the ID, so it will be adjusted with the latest timing. Okay, so now I'm giving a wrong password. See, after 5 times, the user temporarily logged. Try again later or contact your local system administrator. Okay, so it will allow us for 5 times. So if you give 5 times incorrect password, at the 6th time you will get this kind of error. So this is also an interview question. So from today onwards, whatever we are going to discussing, that is completely on Snowflake admin. So if we keep in your CC admin, then they will ask. If you completely keep you as a, if you worked as a account admin, they will ask only account admin related activities along with a few of the SQL commands from development side. Okay, so 5 times give wrong password. So now we have to unlock the password. So by using alter user if exists. So when we use alter command, it is better you can maintain this if exists. Okay, so if exist, what it will do is, if the ID is exist, then only this statement will execute. If this ID is not exist, then this statement won't execute. That's it. Okay. And set means to unlock equal to 0. Okay, so after executing this statement, so now again I'm trying to log in. So it will ask. Okay, it will take same old password only it will take. So this is bit tricky. So when we unlock the system password, which means system Snowflake account password, we have to take this old initial password only, we have to consider it. Clear? Don't forget that. And if you want to reset the password, so this is by default you will get the password. So now we are successfully logging to AK Reddy 3 account. Okay, so here if you want to change the password, you can change it here. Okay, so again if you want to set a new password, you can set it. Okay, and in case if you don't have permissions to change the password, then what we have to do is here we have to reset the password by using alter user if exists reset password. Okay, if you execute this, so I'm logouting. So if you execute this statement, so Snowflake give you the new URL to reset the passwords. Okay, so you will get it right. So you click here, it will open a new detailed window. So here you will get an option called copy. You can click on copy and share. Account admin has to share this URL to the person who is requesting for resetting. Not this URL. The copied URL has to paste in the browser. Okay, then it will take you into the password, new password set page. Okay, so here it is getting. So if you set the old passwords, it is rejecting new password policies. Okay, so we have to give different name. Okay, now it will take you into this. Clear? Any doubts here?
Here we can change the role.
No, you cannot change it. So account admin has to give permissions. So this is just something like blank page. You can't do anything until unless the account admin give the permissions to you. Okay, so especially for contract employees, they won't give full permissions for any of the softwares, any domain, whichever the domain they are okay. So here it is controlling from the account admin side. So everything will be controlled by account admin. Okay. if you give permissions, then only we can able to view it. Okay, so this is how we have to reset the password, and if the user requested or the same names, two people joined, and the same name we cannot create, say for one ID should not be distributed for two different persons. Okay, so that case, if they want to rename the existing IDs, so we can use alter user if he exists. Okay, Reddy03 rename to okay. So if I execute this ID will be replaced with this ID. Okay, and moreover, we can go here in the account tab. You can see. Okay, and one more here is in the account admin. If you click here, this is the original Snowflake account number. Okay, and here in the user, so this is will get right. Okay, so it should be a same. How we will get to know this user is created is home. In case if the organization having multiple account IDs, multiple account admin guys, and which person created our ID by looking at here by clicking on drop down. This is the person who created your username. Okay, you won't get the details, the account tab, you won't get it here because we are this user is not related to account admin, and he will not be permitted to give account admin access also. Okay, any doubts here? And moreover, this account admin can verify it which user, for example, if the organization, let me tell you the scenario. Let's take an IBM. So in IBM, one of the project had a Snowflake project. Okay, so imagine this is a big project, and there are some 50 to 100 Snowflake developers are there. Okay, and two Snowflake admin people are there. Okay, so this account admin people, they has to monitor it in out of 100 Snowflake developer. If any one person is executing unnecessarily wrong SQL queries in the development system, and it is consuming more credits. Okay, so those tables having some millions of records. Okay, so that cases, without intimating him, if you want to as a Snowflake admin, so if you want to disable all his queries or cancel all queries from the user K007. Okay, so this Snowflake admin has control. He can delete it or he can cancel all his queries, whatever the queries which are in running status. That we can do it. How we can do it here is alter user if exists security 007 about all queries. Okay, so if I execute this statement, what are the queries which is running in current status, which is running by this user, all queries will be cancelled. Okay, so this is how it is controlled by account admin people. They can do everything. So in the Snowflake developer, whatever the activities which is performed by the Snowflake developers, those activities they can control in top of Snowflake admin people. Okay, so it is really difficult to get the organization to get the good resource from, because he having all the rights, right? He can do whatever he want. And if the ID want to disable it, if you want to disable the ID, then you can execute alter user if exists set disabled equal to
True.
true. So if you want to disable this ID, you can disable it. So when they will go for disabling concept is, I'll tell you the scenario. So if you click here, so this is the ID. In the disabled field status, it was, yes, it was disabled. Okay. So the person is the organization. Okay, IBM is the organization, and so one person joined. I'm just giving XYZ person joined in last or I can make March. Okay, so there will be a provision period concept, right? Some companies they will give 3 to 6 months. Okay, so if the person not meets the expectation, he is not performing anything, then they will move the XYZ person into PIP, which means performance improvement plan. Okay, so they will give a chance. Still, if the person is not approved it, then that person maybe they will give HRs, they will ask them directly, you can resign and please resign and you can go. If not, the company will fire you. Okay, so most of the cases people will resign and they will come out from the organizations. So if the person getting into that situation, then these conversations will go from project manager or delivery head or architect to Snowflake admin team, saying that you can disable these IDs, so that they will disable these IDs. Once they disable it, they can't able to log in it. Okay. itself is disabled. Okay, so you guys clear, right? So when and which situation we will go for Snowflake account disabling. Okay, and one more thing is scenario 1. Alex is the user. User is Alex and he is a contract employee. Okay, for contract employee, so what they will do is they will create a Snowflake account. They created a Snowflake account. I will make it like user creation is done for the user Alex, and the username is Alex, and they will give the date, number of days this ID is valid. Till 90 days it will be valid. Okay, so after 90 days, automatically this account will be disabled. Okay, and another scenario, user is created with Catherine and she is a permanent employee. Okay, and so reasons within 30 days or within 60 days or within 90 days, if she is not performing and if she is not meet the requirement, and this account also will be disabled forcefully. Okay, so here don't confuse this scenario and this scenario. So here imagine this is the permanent account. So this is a permanent account, so you won't get any disable option here. So here the valid period is unlimited. Okay, so if you want to forcefully disable this ID, then you can apply a disabled equal to true. So let me show you. If you see here, the status is disabled for permanent and temporary table. Both tables, this ID is disabled. Okay, so this scenario is if the contract is going to finish and if the organization don't want to extend this contract, then automatically this account will be on disable mode. After disabling mode, if you want to enable the ID, you can enable it. Okay, it will be enabled. The same way for permanent or contract employees also, you can enable and you can disable it. Okay, and in case this ID is 7, right? So 7 is disabled. I will log in with so I'm giving wrong password. Second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. So now the user temporarily logged it. So now if you see here, it should get be logged, should be updated here. It will take some time, I think, because okay, so it will be logged and this person has to connect with